Hey, okay. So, this is something that I really wasn't going to talk about, but with the name Princess Bunhead, I had to do it. I had to do it. So, I think it's been about 2 months ago. I think it was before Christmas. And the game Animal Crossing. Again, I'm not as familiar. I don't play it and everything. This is before I had my Switch. And everything. And again, like I said a couple videos back, I think, um, when a game seems like it's just a passing game, a trendy passing game, I don't really. Um, and plus, it seemed more like a kid game and everything. So I didn't jump on it. But this is where I'm going with this is somebody posted a picture on probably Twitter because that's where everybody throws hissy little fits. And anyway, they posted a picture of a style that they put, a hairstyle on their avatar, and it's become known as the space bun fiasco. The avatar had these two space buns. Well, you look at these avatars and you can't put it on the side of their head, of course. But it was on the top. And people went ballistic over this and made it about, culture and all of this nonsense. It's a blob of pixels, it's a game. You're creating characters and Animal Crossing. There's animals in this, obviously, and everything. Well, and I do want to say that Clownfish TV, I think Tipster talked about it, maybe not. I don't. And because I watched like 3 or 4 different videos on this, so because it's so ridiculous. Why are we? But I do know that Clownfish talked about it back when it happened, and the quartering. I think I commented on quartering's video when back then. And so things, of course, died down. Well, Nintendo spoke up, and they, of course, have talked about these channels that I talked about. They have talked about this. Nintendo has said space buns are for everyone. Because, yeah. I mean, why are we even having this argument? This is the thing, is when it comes to the bun thing, don't try and put it in your culture because you can't. I mean, Princess Leia's hairstyle, George Lucas even said that he was inspired by the Hopi Native Americans. I mean, that's a known fact. And so that's debunked. And then, with this nickname, I have met a lot of, and of course, saying that I'm anime obsessed, I've had a lot of people talk with me about Sailor Moon, and I have admitted that I am not as, I don't know Sailor Moon as well as I probably should. It was just an anime that I didn't get into. But I appreciate people talking to me about it because I didn't know that there was an anime with Bunhead attached to it. So but again, that's another one. That's the Japanese culture and everything. And I've seen a lot of people speak out about that. They're like, what about Sailor Moon? I haven't seen as many Star Wars fans speak up, but in fact, George Lucas brought it back. When Padme is standing behind the pillar to tell Anakin that she's pregnant, that's, yeah. That's the hairstyle that she's wearing. So yeah, and it was kind of a tribute to Leia as well, I guess. But yeah, anyway, because he went back and forth on that. He's like, yeah, I decided to use the Native American hairstyle, and then he turned around and he also said that he was bringing, Leia's hairstyle and all. It's like, which one, man? But Lucas is notorious for that, so. But this is the thing about they're video games, first of all, and I'm sure that everyone who's thrown a fit never even played these games. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Because, they're trying to say, well, you don't have the space bun hairstyle. You're not black, so you can't do that. And it's like, what? What? And so, because they were making up such ridiculous reasons why, and they're just going bonkers. And it's just, I remember playing Skyrim and I had a lizard character. Well, I'm not a lizard. I'm not half lizard. I'm not a Marvel character. None of that ever happened, but and I remember my brother, he had a female character, and he said that he actually liked the female characters in Skyrim because their armor was better. And even so, see, this is how I know that these people do not play the games. They just sit around all day on social media finding reasons to throw stupid little tantrums. Legend of Zelda. I play a guy. I'm not an attractive blonde fairy boy, but it's good to have dreams. Yes, I dream that all the time. I don't. I want to date him, not be him. Another page in Bunhead's book revealed. Like half the games I play, the character that I play is a guy. I think, well, like the Indiana Jones games. I think, Fate of Atlantis. You get to be Sophia for like 2 times in the game, and so yeah, these people, man. It's a game where you get to set up your character. Well, the other thing that bothers me so much about that, about the is during the emo era, and like the mid 2000, like around 2005 or something, 2005 2006, is there were a lot of people who were all of a sudden, it was just suddenly where girls were putting their hair up in the 2 bun, like up top of their head. And I remember trying to do that. My hair was long at the time, and I remember trying to do that. And of course, my hair was extremely thick and everything, and it never stayed. No matter what I did, I had like tons of bobby pins in my hair, and it never. The scene girls, and of course, being anime obsessed and everything, all of us were. And so they would do like the buns and then the hair down, and to look like Sailor Moon, of course. And then later I saw where Princess Leia in the manga, she had the buns and then she had like hair down. So it's part of their culture, I guess. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It must be like having the buns and then the hair down. So yeah, it was just, and it didn't last very long, But and girls were dyeing their hair, so you got the swirl effect in the buns and everything. I wonder if anybody remembers that, or maybe it could have been just around here. But yeah, and I was so envious because I wanted to do that, and I remember a couple of my friends, they tried to do it. They, you know, they would section my hair and do everything. They did everything, but my hair was just so damn thick. It just didn't work. So this, you know, trying to center a hairstyle on a certain, you can't do that. Because like I said, there was the Native American, Hopi Native Americans that George Lucas centered Leia's hairstyle on. And then there's um the Japanese culture, and of course the African American culture, and they're all over the world. All over the world. And and when I'm restoring and colorizing pictures, I see it everywhere. And so it's a style that, it's just a very popular style. You know, so no, you can't say that it belongs to one. And I'm sorry, you just can't. And as for this whole thing of you can't make your avatar that way for this, who are you to say that? Like I said, my brother would make his Skyrim character a woman because the armor was better than any of the other character. And yeah, I was a lizard. Last night, unless my parents didn't tell me something, I'm not a lizard. When I play Zelda, I'm Link. And again, I'd rather date him, not be him. And there are so many of those games. I think you need to start looking at the games that you play. If you're really one of those people, yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, the space bun thing. It makes me laugh. Yeah, so I'm not gonna link any of that. You know, you can go on I highly recommend you watch, you know, even follow, subscribe to Clownfish and the Quartering and Tipster, because they're pretty well informed, and they do a good job. But yeah, the space bun thing is just ridiculous. But yeah, Nintendo has said space buns are for everybody. And I do too. Their avatar, they're a blob of pixels. You know, you heard me talk about the children in Breath of the Wild. They're so adorable, and I shouldn't fall for them. They're just so cute. Good heavens, people! I mean, why are people this way? And but the style is everywhere. I mean, it could be Swedish, German, African American, the Native American, and in the Japanese culture, and everywhere else. It's everywhere. It's for everybody, just like Nintendo said. And Bunhead said so too. Yeah, and I kind of miss when we would put our hair up in the two, even though I couldn't do it because my hair was ridiculous. But yeah, I miss when we would put our hair up in the two buns and everything. And everybody was doing it. Nobody said a thing. So you shouldn't do it now. Let people make their avatars. Let people be individuals in their games too. Anyway, I'm going to close this up.